Alright, next up is the quickie review for Transformers BotBots Series 3 TRISOURTOPS. I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced TRISOURTOPS or TRISOURTOPS, but there's no I in there, so I guess TRISOURTOPS, even though it makes a little bit less sense. But he turns into a little moldy orange here. He is not actually part of the Spoiled Rottens. He is the Lost Bot in Series 3 that sort of represents the Spoiled Rottens. As a first use of this mold, I thought it was a kind of strange decision to make him the moldy orange rather than just make him an orange, since there were other, they in Series 3 was the first time that they did I can't remember what they're called, but the fruit guys, right? So I feel like he would have been a good use for that, and they did actually repaint him into that later, but it seems a little weird for this guy to have come first. But his orange mode is kind of a mess. I mean, he's got these feet sticking out of the side here, which aren't totally hidden, and this flap doesn't like really seamlessly attach to the rest of it. But whatever. Transformation: you take this section here and you rotate it up, and then it's kind of hard to get his grip on his head, but you rotate that out, and it's actually on a slider in here. So you leave that extended out, then fold this down, and then you can push it into the body, which kind of compresses it. And then his little legs here, you just rotate down. Pretty stiff, but I guess I'd rather them be that than floppy and loose. And then his tail on the back here, you can just put a fingernail in this section here, rotate it out, and then it clicks into place. And there is TRISOURTOPS in his little robot mode. When I saw the images for this guy, I thought that I'd, like him a lot, but the panel lining there and just the sort of gappiness, like you can see right through him, kind of turned me off. And I think that the plastic here for this section is just like a little bit too flexible or too thin, because it doesn't really like totally conform to the rest of the shape of the body. So it feels like it's warped out of place a little bit, which is kind of disappointing. Articulation wise, you can kind of wiggle his tail up and down. I guess you kind of have to push it past that locking point, but it still works. And then all of his little feet can rotate. He's got little toenail details on two of them. And there's his face up close. It's not a bad head sculpt. It's kind of got a little, like, poop eating grin there. And, he does have some nice texture on him, but it just overall, I think for a guy that turns into a ball, they could have probably done a little bit better. So yeah, I think overall, robot mode for me is going to get a 3 out of 5. He's not bad, but there were some points that I was a little bit disappointed by. Alt mode for me is going to get a 2 out of 5. I don't think it's terribly convincing, and it's a weird choice for me to have them start off by doing the moldy orange rather than just doing a regular orange or tangerine or clementine or whatever you want it to be. But yeah, so a little bit underwhelmed there. And then transformation is average, so just a 3 out of 5, which is overall going to give TRISOURTOPS or TRISOURTOPS a 8 out of 15 rating, which is a 2-star BotBot, unfortunately, for this guy. I like the idea of him a lot, but the execution I don't think worked quite as well as it could have. So yeah, that is 8 out of 15 for TRISOURTOPS. Not crazy, a little bit lower than average. I just think that that the execution for this guy could have been better. But yeah, there is TRISOURTOPS.